Half a day, Jason. Yes, it's a busy Tuesday. Today is officially day one of early voting. People have gathered here at the Multi-Purpose Center where voters on Saipan will gather for early voting through the next 7 days. Now, this is a historic election in many senses of that phrase, but especially because of the number of registered voters in the NMI. For the first time ever, there are more than 19,000 registered voters. We got a chance to speak to a few of them, but before we show you some of those interviews, we wanted to give you the information on where to vote early if you're in the NMI. Again, that's 8:30 to 4 o'clock. Ending on November 7th for early voting. If you're a resident on Rhoda or you're temporarily on Rhoda, you can early vote at the Rhoda DPS in Song Song Village. If you're on the island of Tinian, you can vote at the Tinian DPS Voting Safety Office in San Jose. And if you're here on Saipan, well, you can go to the building right behind me in Susupi here at the Multi-Purpose Center. We got a chance to not only speak to residents, but also representatives from each of the camps running for governor, the independent camp, the Republican camp, and the Democratic camp. But first, we wanted to bring you this interview we did with one resident who was standing in line early this morning to cast his vote early. Just have your full name?
Daniel Cabrera.
And what brought you out to early vote? Why vote early?
It's a lot better to come out and vote early than to wait for the last minute. I'd rather get it done earlier than later.
And why is it important to come out and vote? You know, we have a record number of voters this year. Why is it important to vote?
Well, you have to exercise your fiduciary duty. So I'm doing that right now.
And have you voted early every election?
This is going to be my third time.
All right. And I guess what issues matter to you the most this election?
A lot. And that's all I'm going to say. A lot of issues.
Well, there you heard it. A lot of issues. It's hard to just pick one, but we interviewed a lot of other residents here. We'll have the full story tonight on Primetime about what early voters are heading to the polls for, what issues matter to them. And like we said, we did interview the Republican camp, the Democratic camp, and the Independent camp, who all have gubernatorial candidates running for office this year. Again, if you're in Rhoda, you can vote from 8:30 to 4 at Rhoda DPS, on Tinian DPS Voting Safety, and here on Saipan at the Multi-Purpose Center. That's 8:30 to 4 o'clock each day. So get out and vote. We know there are at least 19,000 of you out there who will be casting your vote, and the Commonwealth Election Commission says it's busier than ever and will continue to bring you updates throughout the day. For now, I'm Tomas Maglonia reporting on Saipan.